All right, buckle up, everyone. We're diving headfirst into the crazy world of crypto today.
Yeah, always a wild ride.
We're dissecting this recent market report, going to break down all the juicy bits, the trends, the winners, and maybe even some cautionary stuff.
First things first, got to look at the overall market sentiment, and right now, it's looking pretty bullish.
Bullish. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that term thrown around a lot lately.
Basically means things are looking up, there's confidence, and that's reflected in the global market cap, which is up 1.53%.
Market cap. Sorry to interrupt, but can you quickly remind me what that is again?
Oh, yeah, no worries. It's essentially the total value of all cryptocurrencies combined, like everything all added up.
Gotcha. So it's a good indicator of how the entire crypto market is doing, like a big picture view.
Exactly. And right now, it's sitting at a whopping $3.5 trillion.
Trillion. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of zeros.
And another sign of this bullish trend is the trading volume. It just hit an incredible $903.89 billion.
Okay, so that basically means there's a ton of activity. People are buying and selling like crazy.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of movement in the market. Lots of people see opportunity, which, fuels that confidence we talked about.
Right, right. So it's not just the numbers going up, but also the actual engagement. That makes sense.
Totally. And, got to mention the big players, the ones everyone's always watching, Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, those are the household names, the OGs of crypto. What's going on with them?
Well, they're holding strong. Bitcoin's up 0.33%, kind of riding a wave of positive sentiment.
Sentiment, like people just feeling good about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around the longest. Many see it as the most reliable, so that breeds trust.
Makes sense. And what about Ethereum?
Ethereum is up 0.76%, probably because of the increasing use of its technology, for things like those decentralized apps.
Ah, yes, those dApps. I've been hearing more about them too.
And of course, NFTs, those are still making waves. Lots of activity there.
Okay, so the big guys are doing their thing, but what about some of the, I guess you could say, the underdogs? Are there any surprises in this report?
Oh, absolutely. There are always some unexpected winners, like the Sandbox. They're up a huge 26.6%.
Sandbox, that rings a bell. Isn't that one of those metaverse platforms?
Yep. They're all about virtual worlds, creating those immersive experiences, and it seems like their partnerships are really paying off.
Partnerships, so they're collaborating with other companies, expanding their reach?
Exactly. And that's driving their growth. Plus, the whole metaverse concept is gaining traction, so they're in a sweet spot right now.
So, being in the right place at the right time, that makes sense. Any other surprises we should know about?
Another one is Hyperliquid, up 23%. They're making big moves in the DeFi space.
DeFi, wait, hold on. Break that down for me one more time. What exactly does that stand for?
It's short for decentralized finance. Basically, it's about creating financial tools and services that operate on blockchain, cutting out the middleman.
So, no banks involved, everything's happening directly on the blockchain, kind of like a peer-to-peer financial system.
You got it. And Hyperliquid is coming up with some really innovative DeFi products, so people are taking notice.
So innovation is key here. That's what's getting people excited.
Absolutely. And speaking of innovation, we have Mantle, also up 23%. They're all about Web3 development.
Web3, that sounds futuristic. Is that like the next internet?
Pretty much. It's about building a more decentralized and user-controlled internet using blockchain technology.
So instead of big companies controlling everything, power goes back to the users. I like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty revolutionary concept, and Mantle is strategically positioning itself in that space.
So they're kind of like pioneers paving the way for this new internet. Pretty cool.
It is cool, but, like any market, there are winners and losers. Some coins are facing a bit of a dip.
Ah, right. The other side of the coin, literally. What are we seeing there?
Well, Hedera is down 16.7%, probably due to what's called profit-taking.
Profit-taking, meaning people are cashing out after a recent surge.
Exactly. They made some gains, and now they're locking in those profits. It's a natural cycle.
Okay, so nothing to be alarmed about, just a natural market correction. What else?
Then there's Algorand, down 12.7%. There are some concerns about upcoming updates to its ecosystem.
Ecosystem. Wait, remind me again. What does that mean in the crypto world?
Think of it like the whole network around a particular cryptocurrency, the developers, the users, all the activity surrounding it.
Gotcha. So if there are concerns about updates, that can affect the coin's price.
Exactly. People might be hesitant until they see how those updates play out.
Okay, that's fair. Any other coins taking a hit?
Lastly, we have Arweave, down 6.3%, but this is likely just a pullback after a strong rally.
So kind of like Hedera, just a natural market movement after a period of growth.
Yeah, nothing too unusual. It happens all the time.
Okay, so even though the overall market is up, there's still a lot of individual fluctuations happening.
Definitely, it's like a constantly shifting landscape, always something to keep an eye on.
So you got to stay informed, do your research, and not get too caught up in the hype.
Exactly. Got to be smart about it. But hey, that's why we're here, right?
Absolutely, to break it all down and make sense of this wild world of crypto.
Now, let's shift gears a bit and zoom in on some of the standout performers, the real stars of the show.
Okay, I'm all ears. Who impressed you the most?
Well, Binance Coin, or BNB, it just hit an all-time high of $771.74. That's a jump of 16.23%.
Wow, that's impressive. What's driving that kind of growth?
It's probably a combination of things. The high trading volume on Binance, their ecosystem is constantly expanding.
Binance, that's one of the biggest crypto exchanges, right?
Yeah, and the more people use Binance, the more demand there is for BNB. It's used for fees on the platform.
So it's like owning stock in the exchange. As Binance does well, BNB does well.
Exactly, and Binance has been killing it lately, so BNB is reaping the benefits.
Okay, that makes sense. Any other coins making headlines?
Another big winner is XRP, with a 24.71% jump to $2.39. That's pretty significant.
XRP, that's the one associated with Ripple, right?
Yep. And they've been making strides with cross-border payments, lots of adoption there.
So people are using XRP to send money across countries more efficiently and cheaply.
Exactly. And there's buzz about a potential XRP ETF, which could really open things up.
It sounds like things are heating up in the crypto world. Lots of action, lots of potential.
Definitely. And we haven't even touched on the big news stories yet, the ones really shaping the landscape.
No, man, there's even more.
Yeah, like what happened in South Korea? Did you hear about that?
Not a clue. Fill me in. What went down?
So South Korea, they imposed martial law, and it actually shook the Bitcoin market.
Martial law. Wow. Okay, that's intense. How did that affect Bitcoin?
Well, it kind of restricted people's access to the market, less buying and selling.
Ah, so less liquidity, like fewer people able to trade.
Exactly, and that caused the price to drop all the way down to $65,000.
Wow, that's a pretty steep drop just from one country's actions.
Yeah, it's a reminder that even though crypto is global, these regional events can have a ripple effect.
So got to keep an eye on the global landscape, not just the tech itself, huh?
Definitely, it's all interconnected. Politics, economics, everything plays a role.
Makes you realize how complex this all is. It's not just about buying and selling coins.
Now you're getting it. There's so much more to it, layers upon layers.
Okay, so what other news should we be paying attention to? Anything else shaking things up?
Well, Ripple, they're launching a stablecoin called RLUSD aimed at cross-border payments.
Hold on, stablecoin. Back up a sec. Refresh my memory. What's that again?
It's a type of cryptocurrency designed to maintain a stable value, usually pegged to a fiat currency like the US dollar.
So it's like a digital version of the dollar, but on the blockchain.
Pretty much. And in this case, RLUSD will aim to stay at a value of $1.
So no crazy price fluctuations. That makes it good for payments.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about the value suddenly dropping while you're trying to send money.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for international transactions.
And Ripple believes that RLUSD, working alongside XRP, can make cross-border payments even smoother.
So they're trying to create a whole new system for international finance. Pretty ambitious.
They're definitely aiming high, and that's what's exciting about this space, always pushing boundaries.
Okay, what else is on your radar? Any other groundbreaking stuff happening?
There's this platform called PancakeSwap. They just launched something called Springboard.
Springboard. Intriguing name. What's that all about?
It's a no-code platform for creating tokens on the BNB chain.
Okay, I'm starting to see the possibilities, but what's so special about this Springboard thing?
It allows anyone to create their own custom tokens without needing coding skills. It's all about accessibility.
So no more needing to be a tech whiz to participate in the crypto world. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's democratizing the process, empowering everyday people to get involved.
I like that. Breaking down barriers, making crypto more inclusive.
And that's a trend we're seeing across the board. More platforms are focusing on user friendliness.
Like making it easier for the average person to understand and use, right?
Exactly. Another example is Uphold. They launched a service called Topper.
Topper. Okay, what does that one do?
It allows users with self-custodial wallets to easily convert their crypto to fiat currency.
Self-custodial wallets, meaning they control their own private keys, right?
Yep. Full control over their assets. And with Topper, they can seamlessly cash out to traditional money.
So it's like a bridge between the decentralized world of crypto and the traditional financial system.
Exactly, providing more options, more flexibility, and that's what users are demanding.
It seems like the crypto space is constantly evolving, Always something new popping up.
Oh, absolutely. It never gets boring, that's for sure.
Okay, so we've seen some positive examples, countries embracing crypto, platforms making it more user-friendly. But what about the flip side? You mentioned India cracking down on crypto firms.
Yeah, they're definitely taking a stricter approach. Recently recovered $14 million in GST dues from various crypto companies.
GST, that's goods and services tax, right? So they're making sure these companies are paying their taxes.
Exactly. It's all about bringing crypto into the regulatory framework.
So making sure it operates within the existing legal system. That makes sense.
And Binance, one of the biggest players, they're facing some challenges in India too with pending liabilities.
Liabilities meaning they owe money to the government.
Yeah, around $85 million. It highlights the complexities of navigating different regulations globally.
So even though crypto is decentralized, it still has to deal with centralized governments.
It's a constant balancing act, finding that middle ground between innovation and compliance.
Okay, so regulations are a big factor. What else is shaping the future of crypto? You mentioned ETFs earlier. Anything new there?
Well, Grayscale Investments, they've joined the race for a spot Solana ETF.
And Grayscale is a major player, so their involvement is a sign of confidence in Solana.
Definitely. And if this ETF gets approved, it could really boost Solana's visibility and adoption.
So it's like opening the door for more investment, more legitimacy.
Yeah, ETFs are seen as a bridge between the traditional financial world and the crypto world.
That's fascinating. But it also makes me think about the risks involved. We've seen some high-profile cases of fraud, like Celsius.
You're right. The Celsius case, where the former CEO pleaded guilty to fraud, was a huge blow to the industry.
It really shook people's trust, made them question the whole system.
Yeah, it highlighted the importance of due diligence, not just blindly trusting any project.
So doing your research, understanding the risks, not getting caught up in the hype.
Exactly, because for every legitimate project, there are unfortunately scammers lurking in the shadows. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about a new way to invest in crypto without actually buying crypto.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. What's this new approach?
It's the REX ETF. It aims to generate income through options on crypto-related stocks.
So instead of buying Bitcoin or Ethereum, you're investing in companies involved in the crypto ecosystem.
Exactly, like mining companies, blockchain tech providers, even exchanges like Coinbase.
So if you're bullish on the future of crypto, but maybe not ready to dive into the coins themselves, this could be an option.
Yeah, it offers a more indirect exposure to the market, potentially less volatile.
Interesting. So many different ways to participate. It's really a multifaceted world.
And that's what makes it so fascinating. Always something new to explore, always evolving.
We've covered a ton of ground, from the exciting innovations to those, well, not so savory stories.
Absolutely. Got to acknowledge both sides of the coin.
Speaking of which, there was that case, David Brand and the Icom Tech thing.
Ah, yes. Unfortunately, a prime example of the darker side of crypto.
Can you remind everyone what exactly was that all about?
Well, Bren was involved in a Ponzi scheme, basically a classic case of using new investors' money to pay off older ones.
So no real profits, just shuffling money around, creating an illusion of success.
Exactly, and it eventually collapses, leaving a lot of people empty-handed.
It's a shame, really, because it tarnishes the reputation of the entire industry.
Agreed. It underscores the need for due diligence, really researching before investing.
Okay, so we've talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But let's step back for a moment. What are some of the big takeaways from our deep dive?
Well, first and foremost, the crypto market is dynamic and growing. That's undeniable.
Yeah, we saw those impressive numbers, the market cap, the trading volume. It's definitely gaining momentum.
And this growth is being driven by a confluence of factors: institutional adoption, technological advancements, and a growing awareness of crypto's potential.
We also saw a wave of innovation, new platforms, new applications. It's really an exciting space to watch.
Absolutely. And these innovations are making crypto more accessible, more user-friendly, which is attracting a wider audience.
But it's important to remember that it's still a relatively young and volatile market. There are risks involved.
Definitely not every project will succeed, so diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
And we can't forget about regulation. It's a major factor shaping the landscape. Some countries are embracing it, others are cautious.
It's a global balancing act, finding that sweet spot between fostering innovation and protecting consumers.
It'll be interesting to see how the regulatory landscape evolves. But one thing's for sure, crypto was here to stay.
Oh, without a doubt, it's already having a significant impact, and that impact is only going to grow.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything, from the nitty-gritty details to the big picture trends.
We've explored the potential, the risks, the challenges, and the opportunities. It's been quite a ride.
And hopefully our listeners feel a little more informed, a little more equipped to navigate this exciting world.
Remember, knowledge is power, so keep learning, keep exploring, and always approach crypto with a critical and discerning mind.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That wraps up our deep dive into crypto. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Until next time, stay curious and happy investing.